You won't believe what happened in the final seconds of the Ravens game. Lamar Jackson just revealed a heated behind-the-scenes moment with rookie Tyler Loop. And the story goes far beyond a missed kick. Imagine the tension. One mistake could have cost the season, and Jackson's reaction ended up showing everything about leadership and handling playoff pressure. Stick with me until the end, because I'm going to show you how Jackson manages frustration, how he protected the rookie, and what it teaches about being a leader on and off the field. Every second of this game was packed with intense emotions, critical decisions, and a moment that could have changed everything. And you're going to see exactly how it all went down. The game was on fire, and every play could have decided the Ravens' season. Rookie Tyler Loop made a mistake on the kickoff, and in that instant, Lamar Jackson couldn't hold back his frustration. He went to the young player and spoke firmly, showing the intensity every leader needs in critical moments. It was a pressure-packed moment where emotions and responsibilities collided, and Jackson made it clear he was fully invested in the team's fate. Despite the strong reaction, Jackson explained afterward that he wasn't actually angry. He was just reacting to the adrenaline of the game and the pressure he puts on himself and his teammates. "I was kind of mad in the moment," he said, adding context that in high-stakes games, it's normal for emotions to run high. Being honest about his feelings showed that even top leaders are human and deal with pressure just like anyone else. The episode also served as a lesson for younger players on handling pressure without losing control. Jackson didn't let frustration turn into humiliation or destructive criticism. He knew Loop needed to understand the impact of the mistake, but also that it was important to keep the rookie's confidence intact. Leadership, in this sense, goes far beyond yelling or complaining. It's about knowing how to balance accountability with care. Jackson's approach created the perfect scenario for the next challenge in the game. He was already realizing that, down the line, the outcome could come down to Loop's kick. That awareness completely changes how a leader prepares mentally and acts in the most intense moments, showing that responsibility and support go hand in hand. After the initial confrontation, Jackson showed that being a leader isn't just about pointing out mistakes, but also about protecting your teammates. He went to Loop and made it clear that this moment of frustration wouldn't define the rookie. Jackson knew that one isolated mistake couldn't erase everything Loop had done throughout the season, and he wanted to reinforce that trust and learning needed to go hand in hand, so the kicker wouldn't crumble under pressure. When talking to the rookie, Jackson delivered more than a technical correction. He gave a practical lesson in leadership. He explained that every player needs to feel responsible for the team's outcome, but that doesn't mean humiliation or permanent judgment. This balanced approach showed how you can demand performance without destroying someone's confidence, especially a young player facing their first major challenge. This blend of accountability and support also served as a lesson for the entire roster. Jackson's teammates could see that demanding excellence doesn't have to be cold or distant. On the contrary, it's possible to maintain emotion, intensity, and still take care of those learning the ropes, strengthening team spirit and turning mistakes into opportunities for growth. While Jackson kept Loop supported and guided, he also began mentally preparing for what came next, the final responsibility of deciding the game. He knew that in the end, every decision he made and every kick by the rookie could change the outcome, and this awareness would shape his leadership in the most critical moments of the match. Lamar Jackson already had a sense that the victory could depend on Tyler Loop's kick. He knew that every play would be decisive and that the rookie would carry enormous responsibility in the final seconds. This awareness helped Jackson maintain total focus and calm even as the pressure mounted, showing how experienced leaders think ahead, preparing mentally for critical situations that can define a season. The quarterback stayed aware that every decision he made could either make or break Loop's job. From precise passes to strategic movements on the field, Jackson guided the team with extra attention, trying to put the rookie in the best position to succeed. He showed that leadership isn't just about talking or demanding. It's about creating conditions for others to succeed, even under pressure. This mental preparation also revealed Jackson's human side. He knew Loop would feel the pressure like never before, and he mentally anticipated being ready to support him if things didn't go as planned. This combination of strategy, empathy, and responsibility is what sets a leader apart, both on and off the field, especially in high-stakes games. At the same time, this approach kept the whole team connected. Jackson's teammates could see how he managed the situation, understanding that it's possible to be demanding while still protecting a teammate. This balance set the stage for the next step, when Jackson would need to reinforce Loop's confidence even after a kick that could have decided the game.
All right, we're already past the halfway point of this video, but before we continue, I noticed you haven't left a like yet. It's really important because it helps YouTube keep showing you my content so I can keep bringing you the best news about the Baltimore Ravens. So go ahead and hit that like button. It's free and it really helps. Thanks. Now let's get back to it.
When Tyler Loop missed a 44-yard kick, it could have seemed like all hope was lost for the rookie. But Lamar Jackson quickly made it clear that a single mistake shouldn't define anyone's career. He spoke to Loop and sent an important message. Mistakes happen, but confidence and learning must continue. This approach strengthens not just a player, but the entire team, showing that responsibility and care go hand in hand. Jackson understood that in that moment, the pressure could crush any young player, and he wanted to make sure Loop didn't walk away discouraged. He emphasized that the team would continue to stand by the kicker, reinforcing that every mistake is just one piece of a bigger picture, and that everyone learns from high-pressure moments. Leadership at this level requires this long-term vision, not letting the intensity of the moment destroy potential. The quarterback also made it clear to the rest of the players that supporting teammates in critical moments is part of a winning team culture. By protecting Loop, Jackson reinforced that everyone learns together and that maintaining confidence is just as important as demanding performance. This approach creates a solid foundation where the team understands that mistakes are not punishment, but opportunities for collective growth. Meanwhile, the game continued testing everyone's nerves, and Jackson knew the learning had to happen in real time. The way he handled Loop naturally sets up understanding how leadership manifests even in disappointment, preparing the ground for the final lesson about responsibility and empathy in the playoffs. Even after the 26-24 loss to the Steelers, Lamar Jackson sent a clear message about leadership. He showed it's possible to combine accountability, emotion, and empathy, proving that tough moments don't have to destroy the team or the confidence of a young player. How he handled Loop was a practical example of facing pressure without losing humanity. Jackson emphasized that being a leader means preparing your teammates to handle critical situations while being ready to support them if something goes wrong. He showed the team that responsibility and understanding go hand in hand, and that every decision on the field carries weight, but also learning. This strategic and emotional vision strengthens the entire roster. The episode also served as a lesson for the Ravens themselves about team culture. Watching Jackson protect and guide Loop made it clear that a leader isn't just someone who calls plays, but someone who ensures everyone stays confident, learning from mistakes and celebrating wins. It's a way to build collective resilience even in the toughest losses. In the end, Jackson's approach makes it clear that leadership goes beyond the field and the scoreboard. It involves responsibility, care, and emotional preparation. The Ravens face an uncertain future, but the quarterback example in high-pressure situations serves as a model for the entire roster, showing that it's possible to face adversity without losing humanity or focus. What happened between Lamar Jackson and Tyler Loop goes far beyond a missed kick. This episode exposed how pressure works in the NFL and, more importantly, how leadership shows up when everything is on the line. Jackson demanded effort, felt the intensity of the moment, but also protected the rookie, showing that one mistake doesn't define a career or erase all the work done before. This kind of approach says a lot about the locker room and the path a team chooses after a tough loss. Accountability without humiliation, intensity without abandonment, responsibility without losing the human side. In games of this magnitude, it matters as much as any play drawn up on the playbook. Now I want to hear from you. Do you agree with how Lamar Jackson handled Tyler Loop in this critical moment? Leave your comment below, because this discussion says a lot about leadership, pressure, and the future of the Ravens moving forward.
And if you, just like me, are passionate about the world of football and want to learn more about the Ravens' legacy, don't leave this video without sharing it with that friend who is also a Baltimore Ravens fan and will love this content. See those video suggestions on your screen? The first one was handpicked just for you, and the other is a recommendation from YouTube itself.